If you're looking to add a little bit of performance to your Passport 10.5 or 12.0 kayak, we've got just the upgrade for you. This extra large rudder kit takes just minutes to install and gives you the ability to stow and deploy the rudder from the seat of your kayak. If you're sailing out of the Passport series kayaks, the increased size of this rudder blade is going to give you more authority when you're sailing, and it'll also improve lateral stability. Now, when you're fishing out of the Passport series kayaks, the oversized rudder blade is going to give you better maneuverability at low speed, and the ability to retract and deploy the rudder from the seat is going to allow you to clear debris or lift the rudder out of the water in really shallow conditions. This is the same rudder blade that's found on the iTrek series as well as the Lynx, and it's got a lot of length to it, a lot more surface area. Just holding it up to the standard Passport rudder, you can see the size difference. Removing the stock rudder from the Passport's really easy. All you've got to do is loosen this rudder pivot, the knob holding the rudder onto the steering rod. You're going to loosen that, and then you're going to squeeze the end of the rudder pin with a pair of pliers and push up and just remove that. You may have to tap it a little bit and work it from the top and bottom, but it comes out fairly easily. So once you get a hold of that, you're just going to turn the rudder and pull it off of that rudder steering rod. To install the XL rudder, I'm just going to remove this locking ring from the rudder pin here. So you can get a fingernail in there, or you can use a pair of split ring pliers. And I'm just going to pull that rudder pin right out. I'm going to place this XL rudder right onto the rudder gudgeon, ensuring that the holes in the rudder and the holes in the gudgeon are lined up, and also ensuring that this is not wrapped or tangled around the pin. I'm going to insert from the top on down, and then fold this up, get underneath and reinstall the locking ring to the bottom of the rudder pin. Just thread that on. It takes 3 turns to get on, and that'll hold the rudder in place. And then I'm going to take this rudder pivot, slide it onto the steering rod, and you're going to want to make sure that the steering handle is facing straight at the same time that the rudder is also facing straight. So you can eyeball it, and that looks pretty good to me. Now you're going to tighten this knob down until it's finger tight. That's all you need. And if you ever need to make fine-tuned adjustments in the future, you can loosen that right up, manipulate the rudder, and then tighten it back down. When you receive your kit, the up-down control line is going to be pre-cut to fit right to this pad-eye hook next to the seat on a Passport 12. The length is really easy to trim for a Passport 10.5 or for attaching it to the included seat frame pad-eye that's included with the kit as well. So if you prefer to attach the seat pad-eye, I think this is a really good location to do it. You just remove that hardware, open it up, clamp it around the seat frame, and you can clip to that. So there would be some trimming involved in that application, but in the case for this 10.5, I've already cut the line and popped it through this little opening in the pad-eye hook, tied an overhand knot, and burned the end to keep it intact. And then you just push that back in there, put the door back over that. You can clip right to the pad-eye hook that's next to the seat on the right-hand side of the kayak. I'm going to demonstrate how to fluidly stow and deploy the rudder from the seated position by pulling on this pull cord. There's a little bit of a learning curve to the technique to this, but after a couple tries, you'll have it down. Just know that pulling the rudder to give it enough momentum to swing over the top in either direction and then letting it go is what you need. So I'll pull it up swiftly. You can actually start to lower that control line as you feel the momentum of the rudder carrying over the top. So I'm not even looking at the rudder, but I can feel the resistance change, and then I can soften the rudder as it sets down on the deck of the kayak or deploys into the water. So swift pull upward, and then start to drop that line as you feel the momentum is carried over the top. Now that your extra large rudder upgrade's installed to the stern of your Passport kayak, we know you'll love the improved maneuverability, the increased lateral stability, and the ability to stow and deploy the rudder right from the seat of your kayak. In launching and landing situations or to clear debris, it's really helpful to be able to do that. So enjoy, and we'll see you on the water.